Before you jump into the video, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Alright guys, what's going on? The Arid Lord is here. Here we go with Season 9 of The Walking Dead. Some more concrete information. An update on one thing that some of my subscribers have brought up to me as a valid point in the ongoing battle to determine if Rick Grimes / Andrew Lincoln is truly being killed off / leaving The Walking Dead in Season 9. And a look, actually, you can see we have some new banner art for the Season 9 of The Walking Dead. This is the promo image. Came out yesterday. I wasn't available to do a video yesterday, but I have some free time now to make it. So yeah, I mean, there's only two things of interest that I can really see in this. The Washington, D.C., the Capitol building, which, I mean, you look at this thing, man. This thing is gnarly. I mean, look at this. Look at this right here. That is gruesome. Look at that thing right there. Look, it's completely decayed. There's like tarps on it. There's like all these crows coming out of it. Just, I am very much looking forward to iconic historical landmarks now being kind of submerged in The Walking Dead. We saw a lot of these teaser photos that came out a few months ago where they were in a downtown area, and this kind of would sync up if they were trying to make that a mockery of downtown DC. Very, very cool. The other thing, so other than this Capitol building here and the destroyed nature of it, really kind of showing you the time skip. Like if there's going to be a 2-year time skip, I mean that's a great way of effectively showing it. You've also got this helicopter right here. I mean, if we're to assume that this is the helicopter that Jadis was trying to flag down towards the end of Season 8, Rick saw this helicopter in the beginning of Season 8 when he was walking towards the junkyard. So this thing has some sort of dealings with the junkyard. At this point, only Jadis would really know what the hell that thing was for, because all of the other members of her group are dead. I'm kind of surprised in a 2-year time jump she wouldn't have told Rick. By all the photos we saw with her and Father Gabriel on the horse wagon and everything, she has a totally new look, new hairstyle. She's going by her original name, Anne. So you know, I'm surprised she didn't confront Rick and say, "Hey, this helicopter is for XYZ." You know, I don't really know why she kept it a secret, but I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. Sorry, I saw this big red thing in the background. I was like, oh, it's a canoe. I'm staying at the summer place I usually frequent with family and friends. But anyway, so two big tidbits, the helicopter and the Capitol building. Will the helicopter play a part in Andrew Lincoln leaving? That big spoiler post that I put up yesterday, well, not really a post, I made a video talking about it. They claimed that Rick Grimes, his time would end because he would be devoured by a group of walkers in episode 5 of Season 9. So that was the big spoiler. So I just want to say, I mean, there were some people who were talking to me about this. And guys, let me just say, if I'm making a vlog talking about the future of The Walking Dead, especially where Andrew Lincoln and Rick Grimes' fate is being discussed, you should probably assume I'm going to be talking about spoiler material. At this point, I'm so nervous about the state of the show that I'm willing to plunge a little bit and look into information about what's going on. If this was last year with the premiere of Season 8, with the 100th episode and all-out war starting, okay, I'm not really going to look at information. I'll look at the trailers and photos, but that's about it. I don't really want to spoil myself. There's a lot of trepidation going into this, okay? Because we don't know if Andrew Lincoln's truly going off the show. All of the photos of him going back to Heathrow, vague messages on social media, Norman Reedus' post where he's hugging Rick. There's just so much vagueness and confusion, and AMC hasn't listed an official statement, but Collider, Forbes, comicbook.com, all these major websites have been putting out this information about Andrew Lincoln leaving like it's gospel truth, and there is no gospel truth. There's this case. I don't know who the hell Collider got their source from, because they're like, oh, an insider source. It's the same type of insider source crap that the Spoiling Dead people do. And to show you how valid their sources are, I'm gonna tell you guys an update. So some people were messaging me last night saying, and again, this is spoiler material, if we're to believe this at this point, but you can never tell, all right, and I'm gonna get to that. But some people come to me and they're like, oh, Chris, did you hear that Andrew Lincoln's not actually dying? And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, apparently, the Spoiling Dead got it wrong, and there's this new rumor that Rick Grimes actually, he's trying to lead a Walker horde away, but then it's almost like a Glenn fake out, where they lose him in the horde, they think he gets devoured, he runs away, maybe the helicopter captures him, maybe that's the thing, maybe were these helicopter people, wherever they come from, some other group, the Commonwealth, from way far in the future in the comic book series that they're dealing with them, this high-tech civilization. Something happens and it's left open-ended. So that's the new theory, that now Rick Grimes' fate is left open-ended for the viewer to decide what happened, and maybe he'll show up in the season finale or the mid-season finale. So basically, they're gonna give the actor his time not to be the star of the show. And then maybe that's when Norman Reedus / Daryl Dixon moves into his main role, or like Rick is still the main character, but he's just taking a break and then he'll come back. So kind of like a Heath. Are we saying that it's like Corey Hawkins, where in season 7, episode 6, he's with Tara, he gets separated, and then he drives the van away, and it has that card that says the PPP thing. And now it seems like there's a lot of rumors that we're going to see Heath in season 9. Actually, another kind of spoiler that I noticed is that there was a photo actually of Heath's van. The van with like the canopy on top, the one he takes basically to escape. There was a photo of a rusted version of that sitting on like a pickup truck. So they're using it for filming currently. So I think they're going to reintroduce Heath some way. I don't know if it's going to be with the Whisperers, like one of the villainous groups, or if they're just going to have him come randomly out of the woodworks like, hey guys, I know I was absent for all of All Out War. He didn't even know there was a war going on. He didn't know Glenn died. He literally left the main group in season 6, had that scene with Tara, they got separated, and then he's just been gone. I know that's particularly because, again, so similar to an Andrew Lincoln situation, Corey Hawkins had that 24 Legacy show that went broke anyway, and he didn't have the time to be a dedicated mainstay in The Walking Dead. So not Kirkman really, Gimple at the time had to find a way to not kill him off, but kind of write him out of the story for now. So the way he did that was to have him get separated from Tara, and then he just runs away. He leaves this really ominous note that maybe will be deciphered later. And now he's been gone for 2 seasons. He's going to be gone for 2 seasons, and we'll see if he comes back. And it looks like he's going to come back in season 9. But the point of me mentioning this is that will they do something similar with Rick Grimes? This new rumor seems to think like that'll be the case. So rather than killing him off in like the first 5 episodes of this brand new series, new beginnings, Angela Kang, new showrunner, and ruining your whole fan base, now the solution is going to be, okay, now we are going to just take him out. We're going to take him out and just put him to the side, and we'll find some genius way. Maybe when Andrew Lincoln feels like doing the show again or something, then we'll bring him back in. Like, the thing is, again, he's your main character. Like, if he's not there, that's a problem. And I don't think your audience is really going to like if you dangle a carrot in the air and you say, hey guys, Andrew Lincoln's going to come back. You just got to wait, one more episode. Oh, just another episode. And then all of a sudden you're at the season 9 finale, and then he comes one last scene. He's like, I have been in hiding here the whole time. It's like, okay, now we got to wait till season 10 or whatever. It's like, I don't know what game they're playing, really. I don't know why. Again, Rick's the main character. He should be in the thing for the mainstay. Also, one character we all should talk about who's supposedly leaving, is Maggie. Look at Maggie. She's got like a new, her hair's kind of much longer. She got like a new motherly look. Looking pretty hot if I don't say so myself. Daryl pretty much looks the same. I'm going to say that. You have all the characters here. Daryl looks the same. Like, Rick's got a new hairstyle. Shorter hair with the big beard. Actually, yeah, Michonne and Daryl look pretty much the same. Carol's got kind of shortish hair. She's got shortish hair. Yeah, she's got a new hairstyle. So, Rick, Carol, and Maggie, the longest lasting characters. Well, other than Daryl, I guess. But, yeah, those are just some of the other observations from the banner. But, yeah, what's going to happen with Maggie? How are they going to do that? I mean, she's the leader of the Hilltop, involved in this coup that's not very happy with Rick's decision to keep Negan alive. She got a new baby. I mean, how do you kill off someone who just brought a child into the world? I mean, how the hell does that work? So yeah, lots of things to think about there too. I mean, I haven't seen any leaked things that talk about her fate. I've only seen this one thing about Rick. And let me just say that it was just a week ago. It was just a week ago that all of these ravenous Walking Dead fans and people and Spoiling Dead this and Spoiling Dead that, they went to all these pages and I want to say this, news sites picked up this information. They picked up this information and ran with it like it was gospel truth. So, I know we live in the age of fake news, but I believe it more and more when shit like this happens, because these Spoiling Dead people, which again, I hate the whole concept behind what they do. I really do, because again, it ruins the show. You're not supposed to be on the film set. It's supposed to be a closed film set. Let the artists make their freaking product, put it out for release, do maybe some teaser photos and teaser film trailers, and that be it. Stop, like, taking photos of the actors. Like, it was funny, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan, had a post the other day. He's like, just FYI, he actually said this on Twitter. He's like, FYI, can people stop coming up to my house? Like, we don't like it. I know you're fans and whatever, but don't be coming up to our house asking for autographs and all this stuff. And he's right. He's 100% right. All right, these freaking people do it at the actors' homes. They do it, the airport, obviously. They were taking photos of Andrew Lincoln. And now they do it on the film set where they're making their creative talent. It's ridiculous. I know this is like, it's just paparazzi and stuff, but it's really, really stupid, because there's an entire group, an entire private forum community, because again, the information I'm talking about right here, about Rick not really being killed off and it being this open-ended thing, that was supposed to be private information on private forums on this Spoiling Dead page. And guess what? It got leaked. It got leaked. Ooh. Oh, yeah. All these Spoiling Dead people are like, oh, we're going to vet every single person who comes into our group. No one will spoil anything. No one will post it on the internet. And guess what happens? And all you have to do is go through the comments, the comment section on Facebook. And there's a big screen cap of someone just took a screenshot of their computer. Right here. Oh, there's the snippet from Pancake Ninja, or whoever the hell that guy or gal is who runs the page or whatever. And she's like, well, it looks like there's some conflicting information. We were pretty certain that Rick was going to die by a massive walker horde in episode 5 of season 9. But it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. There's some really conflicting information. It's like, hey, maybe don't say this stuff, because these websites that have taken you for gospel truth before are now believing you wholeheartedly that all of this is now true. Because again, it ruins it for fans who are trying to say, all right, I just want to go in with a fresh perspective. Season 9, new beginning, Angela Kang, new showrunner. I want to have a new perspective and new feel on this season. But now, you got Collider.com. Oh, Andrew Lincoln leaving. And then you got the Spoiling Dead. Oh, he dies in episode 5. And guess what happens a few days later? These fucking Spoiling Dead people. And I'm sorry, I'm bullshit at these people, all right? They claim themselves to be, we're the biggest fans of The Walking Dead because we live near fucking Georgia where the show films, and we can take photos with our fucking iPhones and just hold them up like this. Oh, I'm taking photos of people, and I could see a long distance shot of Denai Guerra or Andrew Lincoln, with the headphones on, trying to get into the mood of acting. And so, would I want that? If I'm an actor trying to get into the feel and rhythm of my character, do I want to be looking like outwardly and seeing fans just snapping maybe at the end of the day, It's okay. Like, there were a few instances where he did this. Like, you know, they're going home. The actors are going home. Some fans intercept them. Hey, can you sign my poster or whatever? Fine. Okay. Cheers. Great. But again, don't take photos of shit and put it online. Because because they've been truthful in the past. Okay? The Spoiling Dead has spoiled legitimate information. When Glenn and Abraham were killed, they spoiled that. When, I'm trying to think of the other characters that were killed off. Pretty much for any major event. Like back when the satellite station was first introduced for the Saviors, they had photos of that. Like any major thing that has happened with the show, they sneak photos, they sneak this, they sneak that. That when the RV blew up in the season 8 premiere last year, they had a freaking sky cam of that. Like, I don't know if it's somebody inside the Walking Dead set who needs to be fucking fired, because I don't agree with that. I don't know who is leaking, if it's someone who actually works on the set who's leaking this information, and someone on the Spoiling Dead page is like, oh, well, my brother's cousin's former roommate, you know, like fucking from Baseballs, you know, my brother's former cousin roommate, you know, he works on the Walking Dead set, and he sends all of this exclusive information to me. Therefore, I will make a community, and you must all bow down before me, and I will put out this information at my whim, and if I don't feel like doing it, I will just hold on to it, and I don't have to do anything, and you can't do anything to stop me. It's this holier-than-thou shit. It's this, like, we're all fans of The Walking Dead. We all are just watching this show on a Sunday night at 9 o'clock, maybe doing videos as a YouTuber, trying to break it down with the information we have. I don't understand why people have to go to this extra mile, because it ruins it. It ruins it. Like, if you want to have your private group and just have people talk, that's fine, but it gets out there. Like, when you start to put misinformation, it gets out there. Because now what I'm pissed about is that people were believing this thing about Rick dying in episode 5 like it was the truth, and now, just 1 week later, there's now a totally different set of information that people are now going off of, that it's now open-ended, and they even said, the Spoiling Dead doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're like, oh, you know, we're gonna have to assess this information, and, you know, we really don't know what's going on, we seem to be thrown for a loop here. It's like, you know what, good. I don't want to know, okay? This actually makes me happier that this is the truth, but I'm so sick and tired of people on these pages. I see it on Instagram, I see it on Facebook. Like, enough. Like, I'm now confronting this group enough. And I don't mean this video to be a rant video of any sorts, but I'm sick and tired of the show being ruined. I'm sick and tired of the show being ruined, all right? And it happens with other shows. Like, I know there's a page called Watchers on the Wall that does it for Game of Thrones. But with Game of Thrones, I mean, yeah, actually, you could even say, last year with Game of Thrones, I actually made a video about this. Last year with Game of Thrones in Season 7, the whole season was spoiled. Everything about Season 7 was spoiled. There were 2 episodes that were leaked that came out in other countries before they actually aired on Sunday. And people just, you know, spoilers, posting photos of big events that happen. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's like, when you get these giant shows that have massive popularity, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, people go out of their way. They have nothing else going on in their lives. And a huge amount of free time. And then they use that to just ruin it for everyone else. And they get attention off of it. They get attention. They're like, oh, you know, I don't have any unique talent or anything going on. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to expose things about The Walking Dead that nobody else knows. And you know how I'm going to do it? I'm going to do it through bullshit, sneaky methods, by going to set, taking photos, kind of, you know, trying to contact producers and camera crew and people who have access to the script so they can leak them to me, so then only I can leak it to everyone else. It's sad and pathetic, all right? The Spoiling Dead page, you're sad and pathetic, okay? Because you put out all of this information and you're confusing the hell out of people. Major news articles quote you. I don't see, this is another problem. These, like, Forbes, Comic Book Men, stop believing the Spoiling Dead page. They're nothing but a bunch of Joe Nobody ordinary people who are taking photos and getting leaked information from cast members they know. That's all they are. I don't know why these major news sites are taking information from this group and saying, well, according to the Spoiling Dead, Rick Grimes dies in episode 5. It's like, what? They're not a worthy source of information. And that's where the fake news comes in. Because you're taking, like, that's fake news. Like, that's a horrible source. That's not a source. When you have a news source, It's, eyewitness report, or, think about your local news when they report like a fire or a bank robbery or something that's, there's clear evidence of what happens. According to our source, according to the person who works for our company, including to our insider eyewitness report, this is according to a bunch of loosely held people they're not a part of an organization, they have regular day jobs, that they go on this, oh yeah, I'm just gonna leak stuff. Oh, I have connections. But they're not reliable. And you know what? This recent event proves that 100,000 billion%. Okay? Everyone was telling me, oh, Rick's gonna die in episode 5 due to a giant walker horde. I'm crushed. I'm devastated. I can't believe it. I'm thinking of quitting The Walking Dead entirely. I'm literally thinking this. Other people might have been thinking it too. Okay? Some people might have shut down from social media and left The Walking Dead. Like, that's it. Andrew Lincoln's gone. I don't even want to see the trailer. I don't want to even see the cover banner, like the one right here. I don't want to see any of that. I've been told that Andrew Lincoln's dying. Screw this show. I'm gone. Hey, guess what, though? Oh, a week later, the information changes. Oh, well, guess what? You just lost a couple of 100,000 people or whatever who just made that decision based off your original post. And there were people like that. There were comments that I saw, Instagram, Facebook, people saying that. I'm done. Andrew Lincoln leaves the show. I leave the show. What was that statistic a few weeks ago that I showed you, the percentage on Reddit and other places, that if Andrew Lincoln left, they would leave the show? Well, guess what? If you put out information saying that he's gonna fucking die, then people will make that decision early, okay? They won't wait till October and give the show a chance, okay? They're not gonna do that. They're gonna take your truth, quote unquote, and put it out as correct information, okay? That's what they're going to do. So, congratulations, Spoiling Dead, for confusing everybody in the Walking Dead community, for driving people away from the show. Congratulations. Like, at the end of the day, you sit behind a computer screen and say, but I love the show. I do this because some people deserve spoilers. When I watch the show, sometimes I want to have spoilers. Well, you know what? Having spoilers is not something you're supposed to have for a show, okay? Robert Kirkman, Scott Gimple, Andrew Lincoln, Angela Kang, everyone, cast and crew, every single person, costume, design, Greg Nicotero, every single person that puts time, blood, sweat, tears into this show does not want people having spoilers. 9 times out of 10, if you would ask them, they would say no. How do you think they act at conventions when people try to ask them questions about who's going to die, what's this going to happen? They don't reply. You're just going to have to wait till next season. Again, their job is to show you great content, to put on a show. They are showmen, okay? They're not supposed to just tell you, oh yeah, well this happens at the end. So now here's my show, and your reaction's going to be totally different. Because if you go into it knowing that this person dies, that this major event happens, it changes the viewing perspectives of your entire audience. And in a world of social media, it is so simple to just post that information out there. And the only thing that the Spoiling Dead did is that 2 years ago, they put all their information on Facebook, and it was all public. And then they were so confused. Oh, why do people keep sharing this? It's like, it's on Facebook, dumbass. And so then they smartened up and said, okay, now we have to have private forums where only people we vet can join. Well, guess what? That still didn't solve the problem. It still didn't, because I found out this information from one of your forum members who leaked it. So I guess you didn't vet them well enough, huh? I mean, again, it's the internet. There are 700,000 ways you can capture information, whether it be a screenshot, text, whatever it is. There's a million ways to download, save, screenshot. I mean, think of all the people, celebrities who have like the information of theirs leaked. Once it's leaked, like you never get that back. People make copies and copies and copies of it, and it's forever lost out into the world. So the only way not to do it, the only way to avoid it, is to not put it out in the fucking first place. And that's exactly the intention of the showrunners and everyone involved. Oh, wow, guys. I had this pent up in me because I saw comments last night. People were asking me. They're like, Chris, aren't you going to make a video? Did you see the information's bullshit? And I was like, This is why I didn't make a video in the first place. I made that video on July 4th a couple of days ago because it was big. It was like, oh, Andrew Lincoln's gonna die. That's it. Episode 5, after that, sayonara, Walking Dead. Now it's like, oh, well, maybe he's not dead. Maybe he might come back. Maybe Andrew Lincoln might come back in next season. Maybe he just needed a break. Maybe he's like, you know what? I just want to have some time off for season 9. Let Daryl take over. You can have some open-ended thing. Maybe they're trying to find me for the whole season. They get into a conflict with the Whispers. And then here I come, freaking Peter Baelish style, charging in at the last minute. And here I am. I'm back in control of The Walking Dead. And guess what? AMC probably wanted to keep that secret. That's why they haven't been confirming anything. And again, people just keep freaking spoiling it, man. It's ridiculous. Like, there's no way for, like... Again, I'm gonna be talking in circles here if I just keep going on. I think about even Carl's death last year. The Spoiling Dead people found out about that. Actually, Chandler Riggs had to go and message the Spoiling Dead people. He's like, hey, I know you guys have no lives and constantly leak everything from our fucking show, but can you please just do me a solid? Like, I'm leaving the show. I just want this death to be secret. And they again, the gatekeepers, they're like, oh, you know what? Fine. We will hold Chandler Riggs' word true. We will, you know, bring his dying wish to the table. And, yeah. Yeah, I had said this last year. I was like, why are they in any position of authority to leak or not leak Carl's death? And then they released it. Once Carl died, they had this big post like, here's a screen cap from Chandler Riggs himself, where he messages us and says, hey guys, please don't leak my death. So, yeah, that's about it for me, guys. This video has turned into a rant, and I didn't want it to be that way. I reviewed the Season 9 banner, and I'm talking about this new information about what's going to happen with Andrew Lincoln. This is big for me because this decides whether I keep doing Walking Dead vlogs and reaction videos. This show is my channel now. I don't really do gaming stuff just because it's, you know, of the time to set it up, and just when I put up gaming stuff, no one really watches it. So I'll play video games in my spare time because it's a hobby of mine. But for putting it up on the channel, like, it just doesn't make sense. Most of you guys just watch this channel for The Walking Dead. And I love The Walking Dead, so that's fine. But if the show is going in a downward spiral, I need to cover that. And the information I'm getting is so conflicting from other YouTubers, from these Spoiling Dead assholes to major news articles. It's an absolute disaster. So I guess until we have more concrete information, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and exercise in restraint on my part. And, yeah, if any of these Spoiling Dead people do see my video, it's really not against any members in particular. Probably the people that founded the page and keep this nonsense going and keep the individual people who leak major amounts of information. It confuses people, and it throws the whole tandem of the news into orbit. And to all these news articles, these major news sites, comicbook.com, Forbes, just please stop using the Spoiling Dead as a reliable source for your information. Like, I know you're trying to get a quick buck out of people clickbaiting your links on your website, but using the Spoiling Dead is it's not. Because guess what? Now you have to write a whole new article saying, oh, well, I guess it's going to be open-ended. You know, conflicting reports have come up since last week. Yeah, great. Now you have to write a new article completely. Everything you wrote last week, trash it, now have a new article. Like what a waste. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thanks. Hope you have a great rest of your July 4th vacation, if any of you are. I'm still on vacation, and I'll see you later. Peace.